The hunt is not over. It's still out there. Hi everyone, thanks for hanging out again with that guy who never graduated Magic University, MTG Moxman. If you're new to my channel, you've just found me in the nacho cheese universe of YouTube. Thanks a lot for checking out my content today. Hope you guys had a blast while you were here. And of course, smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed what you saw here today. It is free to do, doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and it helps us get closer to the 10,000 subscriber mark and the party that will follow. Now you'll see behind me there's that 10K box. That's probably one of the last times you're going to see that particular size box. It's time to upgrade. It's time to make that box bigger. And if you're new to the channel, you don't know why that box is bigger, you should check out the end of my videos each and every day to find out why that's so important. It's kind of a clue. All right, guys, it's interesting. Interesting times. Because as much as things change in the world of Magic, so much always stays the same. The reserve list, you got to picture it stuck in time. Never changes, never goes anywhere. It just sits there in the background looking at you saying, here I am. But after a while, a new flashy set comes out and your eyes go this way for a second and you get caught by that flashy item that you just saw. It could be Dungeons & Dragons. Could be Kamigawa. Hey, it could be a double, triple master backflip. But something flashy caught your eye. That was from Wizards. That was their treat team. You're like, wow. But by the time you look back, you're like, oh, because you're looking back at that reserve list and maybe some of the cards you liked or some of the things you were looking at, they're no longer there. Your eyes got averted. You looked the other way at the flashy thing. And now you're just a little bit less because you realize the prices went up a little bit. And maybe you noticed that card that you were specking on or thought about buying, it went up. The price went up again. And you're a little bit annoyed because your eyes averted. You got thrown off track. And when you see a card has gone up in price, whether you're a new reserve list investor or an old school investor, somebody who's been around the block a few times, you still go, I missed an opportunity. Another one slipped by. For whatever reason it may be, it doesn't have to be the flashy item either. It could be anything. But something slipped by and now you're slightly annoyed at yourself and the circumstances in which that card went up. So when people go ahead and they ask me, are all the good cards gone? Really, are we scraping the bottom of the barrel? Better question would be, does it have to be good cards to make it worth something? At this point in Magic's history and life, does it have to be a top-notch, amazing card? Does it have to be a card that's going to be used in every deck to be a good card worth money? I think that's the more important question to ask at this point. Because apparently there's still quite a bit of hidden treasure out there that people seem to be finding and digging up and finding uses for. And different formats are being made to play some of these cards and have a good time and enjoy them. The ridiculously weak ones, as well as the ridiculously overpowered cards that are out there. When I show you alliances here, and these are the cards in alliances that are on the reserve list. There are 41 cards here on the reserve list from alliances. So when you break this down as a set, and you go, alliances was a fun set, and you look at these cards and say, these are the cards on the reserve list. It doesn't seem so large, does it? Out of the 572 cards, here's a chunk of them right here in a small cross section. And the reason I'm showing you that is because alliances has had a massive boost in sales over the last 160 days. And over the last year, it's being picked apart methodically. Just card by card is disappearing. There are people like me who love certain cards in this set. That's like Soldevi Excavations, Balduvian Trading Post, Lodestone Bauble. Do you notice the cards I chose to buy out are in this cross section? Because it is massively underpriced, in my personal opinion. From a non-financial advice standpoint, I saw opportunity here. And I share that with people on my channel to let them know what I'm thinking and where I come from. And in this cross section of sales of cards, this has had a massive growth in this area. It's insanely fast growing compared to other reserve list cards in other sections. So what I have to ask is I have to ask myself why that's happening. More people are noticing it, obviously. It's not just me anymore looking at this and going, there's some deals to be had there. There's some hidden treasure out there that I can get in on. And maybe if it goes up in value, I will benefit from that. I'll be able to keep the ones I buy and I can sell off the excess or trade them away for other cards I want further down the road. Because it's a long, winding path. But the war of attrition on the reserve list changes every time somebody flashes you something over there and you didn't stay on target. You're missing something that's happening on the reserve list. It's interesting. And it seems to almost be timed with certain sets. Now, the next one I want to show you, when we're taking a look at the dark, it's like looking at hidden treasure that only a few people knew was there. Only a few people had the X marks the spot to go hunting for those cards. Amazing cards like City of Shadows, Man of Vortex, Exorcist, even Frankenstein's Monster, Goblin Wizard. There are lots of reasons why people love these cards on the set. 23 cards from the dark are on this reserve list. You can see them right there. 23. Out of a 122 card set, 23 of them. That's pretty scary for a lot of people to realize that if they want to get one of these cards, they really can't wait much longer. Because they recognize the longer they wait, the less chance they have of getting that card. They're not the only treasure hunter out there. There are other people hunting for those same hidden gems, hidden cards that will bring wealth later in life, that may be the next Bazaar of Baghdad. There are those people out there. Now, there are the treasure hunters. Those are the guys who dig a few holes, come out with a cool little trinket or two, go home proud, and they're happy. Then there are those who come with the excavating tools, the giant front unloaders, the ones who are here to stay, hold the line. Back in the day, I would hear about a whale coming over the ocean and taking all the fish of a particular card right out of the net. It's all mine. The next thing you know, the price spikes up massively. The difference I'm noticing since 2020 and going forward is that the buyouts aren't the same as they used to be. Yes, you can still have those people who buy the Frankenstein's Monster, Nameless Race, 70, 80, hundreds of copies disappear over the course of a 2-week period. It blows your mind. You're like, whoa, that's crazy. But what I'm noticing more and more is it is 1,000 different fishermen coming to the ocean and casting a net every single week. They say, I'm not being fazed by the flash over there anymore. Whatever Wizards has, I see it. I may still buy a little bit of it, but I'm staying on target. They may have cards they like on the reserve list. Personal pet projects that they want to buy. But there's 1,000 fishermen doing it every single week. 1,000 people just buying 1 or 2 cards means 2,000 or 3,000 cards disappears every week and does not get restocked. Because those fishermen came to play. They may not be leaving with a huge tuna, but they are leaving with a smallmouth bass. They are taking the smaller cards, the mid-range cards, and they're proud to have them, just like I am. And put it in a binder and say, that's mine now, man. It's going to sit there for the next 30 years looking pretty, and I'll see what happens at the end. Because like me, they don't care if it really goes to zero. Like any collectible, if you love doing it, it's the chase. It's being able to say, I have it. And the conversations are epic when you meet with other people of a similar interest. I find that part very fascinating because it's coming up more and more in my emails, my conversations, Discord, on my Patreon. It is becoming the new norm. You don't need to have a whale out there doing it privately anymore because there's thousands of people doing it each and every day. And the cards just don't get restocked. When we did the Soldevi excavation buyout, look how quickly that market evaporated. The cards disappeared. Now, over time, it's restocked. The price is coming down like we've talked about. But for how long until somebody else decides to gobble some up? How long until the price goes up yet again? Making those cards more and more expensive. That's just it. The treasure hunters are keeping their eye on the ball now, and they're not getting fazed by the products that come out. They're not looking always at double feature anymore. They're like, what's the point? Wizards has done nothing to incentivize people to say that's going to hold value. So for a segment of the population that wants real collectability, real value, they're the ones going after the reserve list now and holding on to it. I know I'm doing it more and more. I still buy some of the new stuff because I love the game. I want to play. I want to do stuff with it. And when stores reopen, that might be an entirely different conversation we have. But right now, the reserve list is slowly shrinking. And the treasure is out there and people know it's there and they're hunting for it. They're hunting for those key cards they want, the possibility of wealth growing later. What can you say? We all like to be a treasure hunter sometimes, right? And go after to see what will happen. Could go to zero. But I don't mind spending $15, $20 when it can go to zero for the potential to be worth thousands of dollars if it hits. That's how people are looking at it. I myself included. It's fascinating. It's happening all the time. And I think I like it. I think I like it. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. I hope you bought yourself some reserve list cards and hung out. But what do you think about that possibility? And remember, it's not just reserve list cards, old school cards too. Arabian Nights commons. Not really common anymore, are they? They're kind of expensive. What about Antiquities commons? Legends commons? Or those people who've been buying the dark commons? By the 100. Don't think I don't see you, because I know what you're doing out there. Interesting. 20-cent common now, $5 common 10 years from now. That's a lot of wealth generation being made there, isn't it? So, enough of this for today. You guys are awesome. Stay frosty out there. Spring will be here in, 40 days or something, 45 days. And I can't wait because, it's cold here in Canada. Time to turn up the thermostat and see what happens. You guys have an awesome day today. I'll see you guys soon. Look forward to seeing your comments in the comments section. Hey, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Help me get closer to that 10K. Big shout out to all the awesome patrons out there. Thanks a lot for everyone who swung by the live stream last night. Patrons are awesome. Looking forward to seeing you guys again at the end of the month and every Sunday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for the live streams. Patrons make the world go round. Thanks again, everyone. Well, here we are at the end. Congratulations, you guys made it. You are that special few who just love things. My secret lair, my first secret lair. I'm so tempted to open it because it's Saturday morning D&D. And this is the only one. I bought this one and the Stranger Things for my son. So I so badly want to grab into this, but it's something about keeping things sealed now that I have to keep them sealed. So really I should have bought two so I could open one and keep one sealed. It drives me insane when I do this to myself. I should have thought better of it, but I can't help myself. Secret Lair drop series. And all I want to do is just rip down. You know what I'm saying? I just want to dive right in. But it's okay. Stay strong. Stay strong. Put that over there. It can sit there. And I will give you guys an Arcbound Javelineer. Arcbound Javelineer to start off your awesome day for the 10K box. Yeah, that box is pretty full. I know I have to lift the box up now. I can't just slide things in because it's right near the top. And look for some background changes in the near future because I got to find a space to kind of fit things in. Storm Shadow's going to have to move over. We got some changes coming. All right, you guys have an awesome day today. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, and thanks for making it to the end. You made it right to this point. And you can just put down a boomstick in the comments section so I know it's you, the special few. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. You guys are awesome.